Sittin on the Dock of King's Lynn, a story that happened by Derek Knight. A town of two markets. Departure day came, and I got on my flight from New York's JFK airport late on a Tuesday evening, arriving bleary-eyed into the cool of a London July early morning. I came out of arrivals loaded down and began the journey east to central London and then north to King's Lynn. The first part, taking the tube to London's King's Cross station, felt familiar. I'd done this journey, or others like it, many times before, and the tube was an ordinary, even homely place to be. Even with 2 suitcases and a large backpack, I managed to make it through without too much hassle. Arriving at King's Cross station, I eagerly scanned the departure board and saw that I had about 50 minutes until the next train to King's Lynn. I went to the ticket office and I tried hard not to smile too much as I asked for a one-way ticket there. I found a seat and waited, too wound up even to eat. The train was called the Cambridge Express for the first part of the route, which was just under an hour non-stop to Cambridge. After that it had a number of stations before getting to its final destination of King's Lynn. I was by turns excited and fearful. What was I doing? How would I find my way in a place I'd never been to? Eventually, I was roused from my reverie by the announcement that the train was ready, so I hurried to get on board. Soon the train started, and I found myself dozing as we sped along to Cambridge. This countryside was mostly familiar to me. I might not have been to these particular places, but it was the southeast corner of England that I knew so well, filled with green rolling fields, hills and towns, motorways and byways. But as the train left Cambridge, I took closer notice. The land was becoming flatter, with less definition and bigger horizons. As we stopped at each station, I found myself examining the people and the scenery, each time counting down the stops until we got to my destination. The first stop after Cambridge was Ely, a name I had heard of, although I'd never visited and knew nothing about it. And then the train stopped at towns I'd never even heard of: Waterbeach, Downham Market, Littleport, Watlington, all having the strange allure of the unknown. As we approached each station, the driver would announce the stop, and eventually there was the announcement I've been waiting for. Our next stop will be King's Lynn, where this train terminates. As the train slowed down, I stared out of the window with even greater interest. This collection of houses and streets was to be the place where I lived. We crossed a number of roads, crossing bells ringing and lights flashing, and those people waiting there would be my new neighbours. We eventually slowed to a stop. This station was now my station and was in my new hometown. Or at least this place would soon be home. In the meantime, I put on my backpack, collected my 2 suitcases, and set off on the walk to the hotel. Being an organised person, I checked the route beforehand on Google Maps and had the direction memorised, and it seemed simple enough. I went across the street from the station, turned left and then right, and across at the traffic lights. Next, down Paradise Parade, which sounded a nice name when I saw it on the map, although when I got there it was just a service road for the back of the shops. Then out along New Conduit Street, which appeared from the maps to be one of the main shopping streets. I was not sure what to expect, but I found a nice pedestrian area, quite busy with lots of people out shopping. As I rounded the corner, I saw a Royal Bank of Scotland branch, a reminder of a different place and time. The roadway was paved with small bricks, and my suitcase wheels made a fast beat as I pulled them along. Next I saw a sign pointing to Tuesday Marketplace and turned right into High Street. I followed this for a short way, and then suddenly I was in the market square. I could see that the square was full of parked cars with lampposts adorned with colourful flowers, and at the other end of the square a stage ready for a festival too. I walked the few more yards of the hotel, up the steps to reception, and booked in. Then along the corridor, up a flight of stairs, through another door, and I was in my room. Just another hotel room, after the many I'd stayed in. But this one was different, because it was my temporary home in a place that was to become home. It had been a long 2 days of travelling, so first of all I showered and changed in some fresh clothes before heading out to explore.